Okay.
Yeah, it's one
And
more.
is the
It's
UFC
win, lose, or draw. That's it.
is the UFC on board with this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have that assignment.
I do.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Is it out there?
No.
Do you want to make it out there?
It's happening, finally. The illustrious career of Anthony Smith, full of ups and downs, but way more ups and downs, obviously, is coming to an end. Apparently, there's already a date, which I'll show you guys right now, actually. Before I get into it, let me just tell you exactly when Anthony Smith is going to be retiring.
Time frame, at least, just that.
Yeah, April.
Okay, and are you happy with the opponent? Are you at peace with this?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's either going to be someone extremely washed, or it's going to be a young up-and-comer who's going to absolutely kick the shit out of Anthony Smith. There's nothing in the middle. It's ending, but for some reason, this last thing that he does, this final hurrah, this interview with Ariel Helwani, he once again, for some reason, is acting like he's in some sort of anime where any loss is justified. Like, you know, you see Naruto go in for a fight and he's like... And then Kakashi's like, oh my god, you never even got to the bell, young Padawan. And then Naruto's like, actually, and the music starts playing in the background. It's like, I actually did this for this other reason. Then Sasuke comes out of the back and just all of a sudden the bells are going. Oh my god, Kakashi. Why is he acting like he acts like he's in this movie where like the goal of a fight where you get paid specifically to go out and fight, he didn't come for that goal. He came from a different reason. I don't know why he's doing these like little woo 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 facades. I don't get it. I get it. It's sad that his friend died. I'm a horrible person for even making this video, but I listened to this interview and I just think to myself, that didn't feel right in the gut. You know what I mean? So let's get into some of the stuff that he was getting into. But I will say this, Anthony Smith, you are actively rigging fights if you're going out there without the intentions of winning. People have money on you. This is a sport at the end of the day. And you're going out there with the intent to lose. That has to be illegal in some way or form. But anyway, let's get into it.
Told him to hit him. Or, sorry, you told him to hit you so that you could feel something other than grief.
I don't remember saying that. I don't remember saying anything though.
To him?
I don't. I'm not saying I didn't.
But you said it just
don't.
before that.
Oh, this is a good excuse that you've brought up, Ariel. I'm not sure if I didn't, but I might have. Or maybe I didn't. Let's just act mysterious like I don't want you to know the answer and I'm just keeping it a secret. But in reality, I had no clue you were going to spring this up on me and I have no clue what you're talking about. Even if you did say it, why say stuff like that? I mean, let's be honest, it's a fight. You're going there for a fight. You're going there to win against another human being.
There, you said it in this chat.
Yeah, I've told him that before we even got in there.
Oh, so we went in from, I'm not sure if I said it to him to, oh yeah, of course I told him that before. I'm not saying I didn't say it, but oh yeah, of course I told him that before the fight. Dominic Reyes, I was like, oh, it just hurt me. I'm not here to win. I'm here to make everyone that has money on me to lose. Fuck me and my career. And all the fans that I have. And also everyone that spent their time training me. All of those people, fuck all of them. What do they know?
Oh, so maybe he was just, okay, saying that. You told that to him on fight week?
Yeah.
Wow.
Of course.
Where were you guys?
Like when the fight was going, like I realized immediately he was in a mixed martial arts competition, and I didn't want to be a part of.
So you don't want to be a part of, but before the fight, Anthony Smith actively said this is one that he wants to tell his grandkids. He said Vito Petrino does nothing for his career, does nothing for his legacy. Fuck Vito Petrino, basically spewing hate towards Vito Petrino. Everyone that is lesser than him or loses to him is an absolutely terrible fighter, and the analyst Anthony Smith comes out of it looking like, oh, well, obviously I was going to beat him. This guy was a scrub. I'm on my road to the title. These guys aren't on my level. I can beat people in the top 5. The top 5 is just mine for the picking. They're all terrible fighters as well, by the way. Oh, and another thing, I've completely forgotten what the trail that I was going down. But apparently, before each fight, he has this excuse or a reason. He realized apparently in this fight that he wasn't going there for a mixed martial arts fight. Dominic Reyes was there for a mixed martial arts fight. You know, the fact that he signed a contract for, the fact that all of his fans came there to watch him do, the fact that people had money on the man. He was there for that reason and to progress his own career despite being at a later age. He's only 30. I mean, he's 34 years old. But he still showed up to fight. But Anthony Smith showed up there for completely different reasons. I understand that he's suffering a loss in his life. But that is insane to me, and that's actually a real weak mentality that he has. I'm sorry if you're someone out there, you're thinking, oh my god, how can you say that? There's other athletes in other sports that go out there when their family members die and they play basketball, they play football, they play soccer, they play whatever, badminton, table tennis, I don't know, poker. All these people go through stuff. There have been athletes documented going through massive losses. And for Anthony Smith to just come up there and just say, oh, well, you know, I was there for another reason that wasn't fighting. I was just there to feel pain. I'm an anime character. I have green eyes and I have goofy hair despite the fact that I'm bald. I'm this weird anime goofy character that wants to feel stuff that's not in there for the right reasons. Like midway through killing this guy, I hesitated for a split second because he reminded me of the friend that he used to be of mine 28 years ago. And in that split moment of hesitation, he kicked me in the balls and I lost the fight. What are you on about, Anthony Smith? Just say Reyes was better. What is this fucking idea? Oh, well, he was there for a mixed martial arts fight in a fucking cage under the promotion of the UFC while you were there for other reasons. What does that even mean, Anthony Smith? You are the most delusionally fucking mentally... Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have swore. I'm sorry, Anthony Smith. I know you're going through loss, but listen, I'm trying to tiptoe between a line here, and it's just frustrating, like, just seeing him come up with these excuses every single fight. And I'm not saying it's not justified, but to say he showed up there for a different reason that wasn't fighting while the other guy showed up for fighting, and that's... Let's listen more.
Right.
I wasn't there for a competition.
Yeah, he wasn't there for a competition despite the fact that he got paid extremely well. Listen, extremely well for an MMA fighter. I'm not going to act like other athletes get paid what he's getting paid, because he's getting paid peanuts compared to them. But he got paid handsomely, I'm sure, for, you know, the work that he does and compared to everyone else that gets paid. And he showed up not for a fight, not for a competition. What did you show up for, man? Like, what was that all about? So after you beat Alexander Gustafsson, you're like, oh, well, I didn't... You know, I wasn't thinking about the strategy. I was just so angry and that's why I won. And now it's like, oh, well, I was just so sad and that's why I lost. It's just so frustrating listening to a person that's just like lying out of their teeth in the disguise of being sad. It's just the most... I mean, I'm sure listen, I'm not going to hate it. I'm not trying to hate on people, like... But I'm sure we've all seen people in real life just basically catfish on their Snapchat stories. It's like, oh my god, I'm so sad. Here's a knife. This is the post. I'm so sad. You don't know what you've been through. I'm going offline for a while. The real ones know how to contact me. And then about 3 to 4 hours later, just vaguely, they just have a blank picture of like a knife with no caption, with nothing else on their story. Nothing else, because they want people to swipe. I'm like, oh my god, what are you doing? What are you up to? I don't want to say that's what Anthony Smith is doing. Where he's just like, oh my god, I feel so bad for me, feel so sad for me, I was in there for competition. The good Anthony Smith could obviously beat everyone, like, and he later does say this, like, it's just the most, like, I hate those people, and I just hate this level of just accept it, man. You were in a fight, you lost the fight, the other guy was better than you. Can we get some praise on Dominic Reyes? Can we not just say he was there for a competition while you were there for fucking tomfoolery? Like, oh god, I'm just gonna seem such a hater now, but are we really gonna pretend like if your friend didn't, you know, pass on, this version of you would show up and just dominate Dominic Reyes? Can we just not live in this fairy tale land? Fucking hell.
I was there for some healing and to get into a fist fight. So once it was like, I don't know, I thought the first round was going pretty well. If the plan was to win the fight.
Okay, listen to me. He was there for healing, like a fucking anime character. Like, you know when it's like the old sensei and I'm sorry, I watched anime back in my day, but you know when like this the old sensei and he's come out there and he's like, well, young Padawan, my time has come. I will go fight the evil Darth Vader while you make your great escape. If I was there to win, I would definitely kick his ass, but I'm just there as a distraction because we know there's only one of us that has to die and the rest will be saved because of my sacrifice. What the fuck? I don't get it. What do you want me to say here? I was there for healing. The first round was going pretty well, actually, if the goal was to win. So the goal was never to win, so you just took the UFC's money, just disappointed your entire fan base. Everyone that trained with you just wasted the entire time, which you did, by the way. If that was your plan, you actually absolutely wasted all of their time. Not everything's about you, Anthony Smith. They probably took time away from their families to help train you, spend some of their own time. They could have been helping out someone else, and instead you just went out there to throw a fight, apparently, according to you. But in fact, that's not what happened. We know it's not what happened. What actually happened was you lost the fight completely fairly, and then in the second round you completely cowered away, because you couldn't take it anymore. You didn't even you tried to get up, but really you weren't really trying to get up. You just accepted defeat. You went into your fetal position against the cage, and you were just absolutely ready to piss yourself because you were. And honestly, you're probably happy that the fight got stopped, because you know what happened in the third round on your feet again? Well, first of all, if you get rocked, you will drop down onto your knees against the cage and immediately curl up, trying to grab onto a hand of Dominic Reyes. That's what would happen, but it's a good thing the fight got stopped and you didn't take any major CTE damage. God, you're dislikable. And even in your most vulnerable, most likable stage, you are the most dislikable man in this sport. I'm sorry. I'm going to get hate on this video if people end up watching it, but it's just the truth.
That wasn't the plan, though. Like, I wasn't in there for, like, if I was able to exercise whatever demons I was trying to exercise and accidentally won, then great. But
accidentally won. So see, this is the thing. If he had won the fight, he wouldn't be saying, if I had accidentally won the fight, I would have, you know, exercised my demons. You didn't exercise shit, Anthony Smith. You came there to try to win. Immediately after the first round, you gassed out like you always do in recent times. And once you gassed out, you know what you did? You know what? You know what the funny thing is, Anthony Smith? Remember that Johnny Walker fight? That absolute embarrassment where you absolutely looked like an absolute child in there, saying that you are threatening my family. What was that about? Are you that CTE concussed, like your brain is just that rotten away? Are you like, what are you on about if you were there and you had accidentally won? So you're telling me you went in there with the intention of losing. You didn't even go there, like, the only way you could have possibly won is if it was done accidentally. What kind of doofus logic is that? You are now, you know what? I was started this video thinking, you know what? I'm going to make a video and I'm just going to be like, you know, Anthony's video capping a bit, but I'm just back to my normal self again. This is just my default for Anthony Smith. Every time he talks, he's just lying over and over again. Why is this getting brought up? If I'd accidentally won, if you'd accidentally won? What? Okay, Mr. Angry. I only came there to fucking fight because I was angry. And then I accidentally knocked out Gustafsson. You fucking moron. The best win of your entire career was an accident. And that kind of just shows the level of fighter you have been into your entire life. So suck on that.
There was like healing and some real chaos that needed to take place, and he wasn't interested in it, and so then we just had to go a different direction.
There was some healing and some chaos that needed to take place, and he wasn't interested in that. What does that mean? He wasn't interested in healing you and reviving you after you've been downed with 1 HP? It's not his job. His job is to beat your ass, and he did his job. So guess what? It doesn't matter if he wasn't interested in healing you, because he just healed. You know what? There is no healing you, Anthony Smith. Nothing's going to heal you. No matter what the outcome of any fight ever happens, no matter, unless it ends with a dominant win for you. Even then, actually, even if you win dominantly, guess what you say? You say, well, I was supposed to do that. It was nothing impressive. Nothing went right. You know, I could have been a little bit better. And that is criticism that is acceptable, and I can understand that. But in your delusional mind, you're even better than that. Even when you win dominantly, you're even better than that. You just couldn't show it. Even the fact you destroyed someone in the first round. But, oh, well, I'm even better than that. I can't believe that's the version of me that showed up. Just stop lying. Not every single thing. Like, it's just not a coincidence that we've never seen the best version of Anthony Smith. Not a coincidence that when John Jones was kicking your ass, oh, it was just, oh, well, he's not that good at fighting. I mean, if I was there with the right game plan, if I really implemented the game plan, I was going to win that fight. That's not how it works. You're not just going to win against John Jones. You're just going to win against Alex Pereira, by the way. The fact that you said that you could beat Alex Pereira in a fight is absolutely humiliating. I'm sorry, that fight never happened, so we'll never know. But I will put my entire life saving, my parents' house, my parents' life saving on the fact that you don't make it out of 5 rounds with Alex Pereira, because you are gassed after the first round in every single fight that you've been a part of in recent times, and you have curled up like a bitch. Against Alex Pereira, you would not curl up whatsoever, because he would put you out cold, stone dead, lion heart, more like fucking no heart when it comes to fighting, honestly. Jesus Christ. I mean, I can't believe this is how this video has gone, and it always ends up like this. But the moment I hear him start saying words, it's just like, ah. Anyway, now Anthony Smith tells us that he could beat the top 5 of the division. He can obviously win fights. Not the fact that he's only beaten absolute trash cans in recent times, and the only wins he has against Ryan Spann, who's been mollywopped by anyone that's still in their prime. Barely beat him, arguably lost to him. First time beat him when he was in his prime himself, Anthony Smith. The prime of Anthony Smith that we never got to see fully because he never realized that having a game plan and actually training for a specific opponent means you can win fights. It was never like, oh my god, he was just a better man. The game plan he came in with wasn't good enough. It's always, oh well, you know, he's not that good. If the version of Glover and Yuri fought me, Jesus Christ, could you imagine? Easiest fight of my life. You would get absolutely destroyed, Anthony Smith. You have no idea the wrecking of your shit that you would be in if you fought the top 5 of the division. You have no idea. Take away Rakic, because Rakic is kind of just going to hug you against the cage. They would cripple you. Jamal Hill would absolutely end you. Yuri Prohaska would end you. Alex Pereira would end you. Ankalaev, you know, bit of a, yeah, you know what, doesn't have much power, but in your fight against him, you were doing alright in the first round. And that's really the turning point of Anthony Smith's career. Listen, I think Anthony Smith is real delusional, but this version of Ankalaev would KO him as well.
Advantage of that, and I don't know, Ariel, I can just tell, like, can I still win fights? For sure. There's a lot of people that I'll still beat. I'll beat most of them, you know?
Most of them? Okay, so the fight you have in April, I'm not sure who it's against, unless it's against some old washed up dude. I don't know who it would be. A trilogy with Ryan Spann. Unless it's someone like OSP's in that go. Thank fuck for that. I don't know. Guskov makes sense. I think, you know, I think that's a fight that makes sense. Two lookalikes fighting each other. But unless it's someone like, Guskov would destroy you, man. He would KO you, and he'd expose the lies that you're telling on your little podcast or little fucking interview here.
You know, like, we're talking all the top guys in the top 5. Maybe those days would pass me, but
those days were never there. The only time you got into that division was when you beat Volkan Oezdemir. Volkan Oezdemir is an absolute can. No offense to Volkan Oezdemir, that was one of the weakest points in the division's history. Got finished, got finished by Anthony Smith in a competitive fight. Yeah, that's Oezdemir. That's Oezdemir for you. And nowadays, he can, you know, Yuri Prohaska in his debut KO that guy, the guy that got you into the top 5. Nothing really that impressive. Yuri Prohaska would kill you. You would probably not make it to the second round. If you did make it to the second round, I would bet a lot of money that you don't make it to the third.
But in terms of just generally at 205 pounds across the world, I'll beat most of them. But
across the world, sure, because there's a lot of fat fucks who are just 205 pounds by accident. But if you're talking about the UFC in the top 10 division, I don't think there's anyone in the top 10 you could beat. Not a single person. Not even one. Not one. You couldn't name it. Say a name, I'll just say no, because you're not going to beat them. Because top 10 is just way out of your league at this point in the game. Anyway, Anthony Smith wants to go and gain more CTE. I will just going to include this as part of this video. It's already gone 17 minutes. Just what happens when I talk about Anthony Smith. It's just the most frustrating fighter that I think I've ever seen. Anyway, Anthony Smith wants some more CTE damage, I think, a little bit more. It's not enough. He wants to arguably go into slap, power slap. Let's hear.
At least one power slap event.
I tried. They told me no.
Probably trying to keep you safe from yourself and the other person's slap. Because I'll be honest with you, Anthony Smith, you ain't right in the head. And afterwards you get knocked out cold. Will you be like, oh well, I actually blinked right before he slapped me, and you know, that just broke my concentration. All of a sudden I was getting images of my oh no, I shouldn't be saying that. All of a sudden, you know, I remembered that guy breaking into my house, and I was like, oh, and then he just unclinched my jaw, and all of a sudden my jaw was swinging to the left, and I don't know what happened. Oh, it's just the randomness of this sport, slap fighting. But if I showed up at 100%, of course I'm knocking him out. There's no way this guy's slapping the taste out of my mouth. That just doesn't make any sense to me.
Straight up. Even if you retire.
I asked Hunter. He told me no.
Why?
He wouldn't even bring it to Dana.
Damn.
Trying to keep you safe.
I don't know. He said no.
You don't know. It's obvious. He doesn't want you to take more brain damage, Anthony Smith. He's looking after you. They don't need to just pay Anthony Smith to be a slap fighter. Be like, ooh, let's see how this goes. And no one wants to see that. Like, no one wants to see slap fighting in general. But especially no one wants to see this little club of former UFC fighters entering slap fighting to give themselves more brain damage and just fall that deep from grace. You don't see this in other sports. You don't see like ex-football players, ex-baseball players, ex-basketball players going to these other, you do sometimes with like the lower ranking players, like role players and stuff. But you don't see the stars being like, oh, you're not gonna see Michael Jordan or LeBron James being like, oh, you know what, I need to go to the to the Australian Basketball Association and make a name for myself there, because they've already done everything they need to do. They don't need to lower their level and their self-esteem, not self-esteem, their self-respect levels by doing that shit. Only MMA fighters do that. It is kind of crazy. Maybe it's not because they don't make enough money, but it's really concerning.
I don't understand why you're not a
I'm down.
commentator for those.
I'm back. It's just seamless transition and edit that you will never notice, but continue.
Why?
I'm more analytical in my analysis.
Anthony Smith is apparently analytical with his analysis, not just completely hunches and guesses and on paper, and Chris Weidman can beat Tristan Strickland. It's a fight that I actually like for him. What kind of analytics are you looking at? And also, what kind of analytics can you even look at in MMA? In MMA, you can't really, like, I mean, okay, this guy averages 4.2 strikes a fight or per minute. Oops, what's that? Oh, the fight started and he's knocked out in the first 5 seconds. Oh, wow. Well, I guess the analytics can just suck a, chode. You're not that... I'm taken back by this. This has completely just floored me to no avail. I mean, to huge avail. It's insane.
This in my commentating. And let's just be fair. There's not a whole lot of analysis going into Power Slap. Bisping he can be just as analytical as me, but he can do something that I can't. Like, he can sell things. And he can make you care about something. He can promote it. He gets wild and crazy, and he gets you very excited for something. I'm not the big crazy promoter, and I
the only person he's shown actual compliments to is Bisping. Go figure. Anyway, that was the video. I'll get hate for this video. I get it. I don't really listen. Uploading these videos make me feel icky inside. Like, I feel like, oh god, I really just said that about Anthony Smith. But it's just my natural reaction to this stuff. Listen, I'm a big basketball fan. I can look away from the personal side of it and just look at the game of basketball. But with fighting, it's just there's something about mixed martial arts where it's just a one-on-one contest. You're fighting mono-y-mono. And it's like, it's like that. It's just like that sometimes. The personality just seemed to play a way bigger role, and for some reason when fighters just lie about it, and I'd say the same thing about basketball players, if they just clearly lied, but this is just, it's a different level of something else. Anthony Smith is just an athlete like nothing else we've ever seen for all the wrong reasons. Anyway, this is a weird place to say subscribe to my channel. 201 subscribers, I need to get to 250. My channel has completely died. I'm not getting any subscribers in recent times. I wonder why. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. I need more subscribers, right? I just need more subscribers so I can make money off this shit, and that's my goal. The subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this one, which you might want to do. But anyway, bye.